1929.
No, please, Mr. Smith, don't shoot me. I just found out about the funds being diverted on accident. I haven't told anyone.
And you're not going to tell anyone, Ron.
You know what? You think you're so smart. But you're gonna pay for what you're doing. I was willing to keep my mouth shut to protect my family, but you got the devil in you. And you're gonna rot in hell.
Not before you, Ron. I own this town.
Hadn't seen my friends in a while, and I needed a break. You know, to step away from the hooch parlors and to get back to that little pebble of a town I came from for a couple of days. They got so many bars in Hollywood you'd think it's legal again. So many skirts too. I mean skirts that got me acting crazy like. Anyways, I just finished a job that paid me a lot of dough. Spent a few weeks blowing it. Could you believe I was sitting right next to John Barrymore not more than 2 nights ago? You know, my sister, she sent me a letter recently. I come from a small town. Pop was a thug in Chicago. We were his second family. He made a fortune when Prohibition started and decided he didn't care to hide it no more. So he paid us off with a fortune. Ma started talking to bootleggers and bookies and lost almost all of it before she disappeared. I, on the other hand, managed to stash some, my sister and myself. Of course, she went ahead and fell in love with the local boy and stayed in town. But I just had to get out. I figured the best place in the world to be was Hollywood, California, right? I mean, movies are only gonna get bigger, more popular. There's an entire city growing around them, and I want to be in the center of it. Yeah, I want to dance with flappers. I want to mingle with the movie stars, hang out in the speakeasies. So I bought myself a little office with an apartment on top, you know, right there in the middle where all the new stuff is going on. Originally, sure, yeah, I wanted to join the police force after the army, but with the family business being what it was, well, I decided to go into private practice. Now I am just blocks from the Roosevelt Hotel. There's a restaurant over on Hollywood Boulevard that W.C. Fields hangs out at. So sure, my place is small. Yeah, it is. It's certainly not the acres we had back home. But let me tell you something, home was a bore. Got 1 million people out here. My hometown just broke 2,000. And the old timers think it's getting too crowded. Whatever. If it wasn't for my sister in that town, whole damn thing could disappear, and I wouldn't even have a thought about it. So I boarded a train, and for the next 1,500 miles, I intend to sleep off this massive hangover.
Well, look who decided to drag themselves out of the big city and come back to this one-horse town, Alec Douglas.
Casey, good to see you too. I'm just here to visit my sister and a couple of old friends.
Well, you want coffee or what? And by the way, you don't have any friends, Tadpole.
You always work quick with the jokes and slow with the coffee. Of course I want some coffee, but hey, you know me, all right? Don't be trying to kill me with that fresh stuff, please.
Still like that crap that your spoon stands up in, huh? I got some leftover from breakfast. That'd be perfect for you, Squirt.
Well, sure, it keeps me going. Coffee isn't to taste good, it's to serve a very specific need.
Looks like you need some sleep and a new jacket.
I miss you, Casey, you know that?
Yeah. I sure do miss your mama. She and I used to have a lot of fun together.
Yeah, I miss her too.
Hey, Charles, the usual?
You know it, sweetheart. Well, what do we have here? Alec Douglas, I heard you were some kind of big shot detective in California, city of fallen angels.
Huh. Well, and I heard that you were still peddling useless trinkets at that bodega. And now you put up an antenna? You think you're some kind of big shot radio personality, huh? Well, I don't know, you ask me, Charles, I think you're looking a little green. Is my shadow too big for you?
It's good to see you. Can't say the same about hearing your mouth, but hey, some things never change. Well, you look like you've been living under a bridge, man. What kind of big shot buys a jacket with holes?
That's my lucky jacket. Those holes are bullet holes. Served me as a reminder.
Hot damn, my guy's got stories. Well, glad you're here to remind us what a pain you are.
Ballsy show last night, Charles. Caught the ending.
What?
Charles, you don't think your advertisers are going to be upset? You digging at Mr. Smith like that? Careful, hon. We all know this town runs through him.
I'm telling you, doll, nothing came out of my rig last night. The electrical storm did a number on the equipment, sparks flying everywhere. And I thought you didn't listen to the show, always telling me you don't want to advertise.
Yeah, we're half the restaurants in town. We're only open for breakfast and lunch, and the other one's only open for dinner. I heard your show with my very own ears, Buster, and painting Mr. Smith as a murderer got everyone talking about it today. Coffee?
That's impossible! I'm so screwed.
Charles, if you didn't broadcast it, then who did?
And what was said? If everyone thought it was my program, how do I answer to anyone when I have no idea what anyone is talking about? I better get to the office. I've got to get the station back up.
Charles, wait. No one knows that you're down, right?
Right. With storms like that, this town's used to us coming in and out.
Well, why don't you just play it off? Look, listen here, have people phone in. Talk about the program, maybe. Just maybe it'll provide you with enough info to figure out what was said.
Hot damn, Alec. Great idea. Let's go.
It was nice catching up with everybody, and I saw a few more folks at the diner who had heard of similar things. The story had already gotten ridiculous. Casey, though, she made some great points. You know, she always has been like an aunt to me. I trust her. Anyways, I was here to see my sister, say hi to a few old friends. Ones that got stuck in this nothing of a town like Charles. Sure, he's a good guy. But he's just been peddling his snake oils for so long in the same places nobody wanted to buy. There was just no one else selling. My sister was on her way, and would you believe she showed up in an old horse and buggy? I was hoping not to get involved with the town's daily drama, but if you know small towns, it's the only option. Yeah, you don't have an automobile? You said your man was taking good and well care of you.
Oh, stop your fussing and get in. I thought it would be fun like when we were kids. That old jalopy breaks down every other time we come down to town. Besides, gives us time to catch up.
Now, as much as you talk, we could have walked home and you still wouldn't be finished.
Wow, you could have been a detective or something. But you look like some kind of rummy walking around with a jacket full of holes. That thing might keep you warm in sunny Los Angeles, but when that wind comes in at night, you're going to need a real coat.
Don't you worry, little miss. This jacket works just fine. Besides, I'm just breaking it in.
It doesn't get cold in Los Angeles anyways. Maybe that flimsy thing will get you by, but you would last about 30 seconds out here in the winter.
In that case, I'm glad it's spring. Say, sis, you happened to catch that radio show last night?
Nah, Alec, you know me. I'm not much for all that malarkey.
Well, if you say so.
Tell that DJ to get his ass in here before we go live.
Yeah, boss.
Did you hear that broadcast last night?
No, boss. I knew you were down, so I was, because the storm spent the evening with the missus, you know.
Yeah, I got it. Well, apparently, someone broadcast their own show on my frequency or something, implied Mr. Smith and a gunshot. I've got no idea what happened, but we've got to find out and do damage control before they put my head in a vice.
What? Mr. Smith? I know he runs this town, but I mean, everyone loves what he's doing, bringing in commerce and whatnot. I mean, look, what has it got to do with us anyway?
Well, everyone thought it was our show, but the storm blew out our tower. Seems to have been quite a hit. Anyways, when you go on air, ask listeners to call in and talk about what they heard.
Yeah, sure thing, boss, but I mean, who was it? It's just us out here, we're the only...
Who knows?
All right, boss, but when people ask, like, what's our official position?
Well, let's keep it to listener discussion. See if we can figure it out. Make the usual statement that all characters are fictitious and any relation to real people is a coincidence, blah, blah, blah. It's entertainment. And please, withhold judgment till the conclusion of the program. I'll do my best to keep everyone else at bay till we get to the bottom of this.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. It's the Chronos Show with your host, DJ Chronos.
Welcome all you classy cats, DJ Chronos here, and you know what that means. What's on your mind? Call in and tell us your thoughts on last night's mystery theater programming. It's all the buzz around town. I know you got questions and love to hear yourself on the radio. Caller 1, go ahead.
Gordon! It's your mother! Would you come by? The cat's trapped me in the bathroom again. I can't get out.
Mom, I'm looking. Can we...
Caller 2, what are your thoughts on the mystery theater programming? Go ahead.
Well, hey, DJ Chronos loves your show, man. Well, it's the only one we have out here, but what an interesting show. You guys really left us hanging the last time, yeah?
Thanks. Trying something new, you know, spice up the programming a bit.
Well, you definitely piqued our interest. But no one can say what really happened. I mean, we seem to enter into the middle of a competition, then a murder. What's next? You guys gonna give us any backstory?
Yeah.
Read this.
Yeah. From the hand of the station himself, our producer thought it would bring a bit more drama to our programming. It is mystery theater, as you know. But our next episode will answer all questions. And on to the weather.
Alec, need your help.
Yeah, sure, Charles. What is it exactly you need?
We've got nothing. Same story from all our callers. Mr. Smith was found out by a male named Ron that funds are being diverted from the city. Ron swore he wasn't going to say anything and something about Mr. Smith rotting in hell, then a gunshot.
You weren't kidding. That's not much to go on, but let me see what I can find out for you. I decided to head to the diner. Good of a place as any to start gathering information. See, I can ask Casey if any of these names ring a bell.
Hey, Alec. Coffee? Old?
You know it. Listen, Casey, I'm sure you got your pulse on this town like no other. You know any fellas named Ron?
We got a few.
Well, any of interest? Maybe some you haven't seen lately.
Yeah, Ron Johnson. Wednesdays, we run a Patty Melt special. Never misses Wednesdays. Alec, you don't think from the radio program?
Yeah, it's a start. Look, let's just keep this between us. Don't want to cause a panic.
Right, I got it.
And what can you tell me about Mr. Smith?
Moved here shortly after you left. Typical businessman. Got into politics, works downtown at the Capitol. Grumpy, unpleasant to be around, or work for, so I'm told. Been running a lot of commerce into this town. We've seen an increase in profits, and taxes for that matter. Aside from those fancy fundraisers he throws for his pals, he sticks to his office, rarely comes in here, mostly has carry-out brought to him. Only stops by every once in a while.
Thanks, Casey. I'll see you around. So I headed down to the DMV and checked city records on a Ron Johnson. Not much. Short military service, radio specialist, an address. Probably lived alone by now. Decided to drive up to his house. It was a bit out of town. People out here like their space, peace and quiet. House is very far apart. A modest home saw a Ford in the driveway. Looked like someone was home. Thought I'd try the straightforward approach. If Ron were home, it'd settle all speculation. Ron. Hello, anyone home? Ron. Ron, hello, anyone home? No answer. I did notice, even though it was midday, there were lights on. So I poked around the property. Noticed a standalone garage, more like a shack, in the corner, away from the house. I headed around to the back of the house and let myself in case someone was passing by. More of a habit than necessity in these parts around the boonies, but anyways, I stepped in through the back door and came in through the kitchen. I noticed a small table with a place setting for one. A half-eaten plate, pork chop, potatoes, looked more like life sustenance than gourmet. I poked around a bit, seeing what I could find. One thing was obvious. Even though the house was quiet, it was as if someone had stepped out, intending to come back, but never did. Other than that, nothing was out of place or disturbed.
Well, hello, Mr. Smith. A rare pleasure seeing you in here. Usually you have someone picking up an order for you.
I was passing by, thought I'd stop in myself. Besides, it's a waste of my assistant's time. I swear. She takes her sweet time and somehow runs up my tab.
Oh, Mr. Smith, give them a break. They work hard for you. Did you happen to catch the Mystery Theater program? Interesting stuff.
Crap!
Oh, well, you know, Mr. Smith. With the storm the other night, not much to do except check out what was on the radio.
Radio? It's all propaganda and BS. Everyone has an agenda. The bottom line, profit, commerce. That's what matters. You're a business owner. You know this.
Of course, Mr. Smith. Everyone knows what you've done for this town and appreciates it. Need anything else today, hon?
No, thanks.
Not much here. Just a small bachelor pad out in the boonies. Think I'll check out this shack, though, before I leave. Maybe, just maybe, something's there. Walking out back, I noticed the door to the shack is ajar. Not unusual out here. See, some of the doors are so warped they'll barely shut. Oh, Jesus. The stench. I reached for my gun, not sure what's back there. A damn cat came out of nowhere. The hell is the light switch around here? A modest but dedicated workspace. I wonder what he was doing back here. A table, a chair on its side, a small shortwave radio, and a microphone is all I see. Only thing of note is that it does look like someone dragged a sack of potatoes out here. And wait, what's this? That's definitely blood. And that radio is still on. Yep, it looks like our guy broadcast his conversation turned murder. Just need to find that body. Shouldn't be too tough to get Mr. Smith to talk with all the listeners that heard the broadcast. And if we can just get a paper trail backing up Ron's findings of diverted funds, well, Mr. Smith will be singing like a sparrow.